Hey, y'all. I am here to share a little bit about my journey with the Bible. Not that there's anything super special about my story, but it's my story and it's what I have. And my story is important, just like your story is important. But I grew up in a church where the Bible was really, really important. We were encouraged that if you were a good Christian, you would read the Bible every single day. And I actually think that's a good spiritual habit to have, but it also leads to some weird things when you are 8 years old and you're reading about the purity laws in Leviticus. But anyway, we were also taught about how you need to 100% believe every single sentence, every single word, every single punctuation mark that you see in the Bible as it is. And you should believe the Bible. But as I grew up, I found out that the truth of things was a little bit more complicated. As I learned more about how the Bible was put together, how it was written, a little bit more about science, it was not exactly as simple as I was raised to believe that it was. And yet, I actually found out that the Bible was really more meaningful than I thought it was. It was more useful. It was more beautiful. I mean, to be honest with you. Because what the Bible is it is this massive collection of stories of people and their encounters with God. And you get to see all of these different people throughout history and what the love of God did to them, what the forgiveness of God, how that changed them. It shows you how they screwed up, how they got things wrong about God. And yeah, it is messy and it is complicated and it is inspiring and sometimes frustrating and sometimes confusing and all of these different things. And that's perfect for life because life is messy and complicated and sometimes inspiring and confusing and frustrating, all those different things. And so I'm really grateful for the Bible, and I still hold on to it now because it is honest about what it means to be human and what it means to try to love God and try to love your neighbor. And it's also super important because I believe that if we want to know what God is like, then we look at Jesus. And in the Gospels in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, we have this story of Jesus. And we see this picture of a God who loves us and a God who forgives us and a God who wants us to go out into the world and help make this world a better place. And so, from the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, all the way through the New Testament, the stories of Jesus and the early church, it's just this incredible, rich resource that helps us grow and learn what it means to be a human and to follow Jesus in this world. And so, like Jenny said earlier, my prayer for you is that you fall in love with Scripture during this time, if you haven't already done that. I hope that you will find it not to be just this dusty, several thousand-year-old book, but something that is alive today and relevant today and actually gives you encouragement and life as well. And so, one of the things that we're going to do each and every single week is we gave you a journal. And we want to have a time in which you sort of reflect on different questions about what we're talking about involving the Bible each and every single day. And there's a different set of questions for Kairos, there is for CYF, and your adult leaders are going to share those with you in a second. But after they share those questions with you, write down the date, write down each question they say, and then we want you to spend 5 to 7 minutes just reflecting on those questions. Write down some thoughts. Or if you're one of those people who draws or doodles to think through things, do that. But we want you to sort of meditate and reflect on those questions. And then afterwards, you will come back together and you will discuss them and you'll debate. And we don't want you to pretend like you have all the answers or feel like, oh, this isn't going to be acceptable here. We want you to come at this as you are. And we want you to be completely honest and open. And we just want to discuss this really important book. So, hope that this is a meaningful time for you. I hope this is something that's going to help you in your walk with Jesus. It is such an important aspect of our faith. So thanks, and give it away to your adult leaders.